Tell me, how have things been going since we last talked?
Well, I've been focusing on self-compassion and trying not to be so hard on myself. But now there's something else weighing on me. I keep blaming myself for what happened, even though I know it wasn't just me.
Blame is tricky. It can feel like a way to make sense of the breakup, but it's one of the most damaging emotions. It keeps you stuck in the past, holding on to what you think could have been different. Do you think blaming yourself is helping you heal?
Not at all. It's making everything harder. I keep thinking that if I hadn't said this or done that, maybe things would have turned out differently.
It's easy to fall into that trap, but here's the truth. Relationships are complex. They're made up of two people's actions, feelings, and choices. Blaming yourself for the entire outcome is like trying to hold the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're not responsible for everything that happened.
But I can't stop thinking about the mistakes I made, what I could have done better.
It's natural to reflect, but the key difference between reflection and blame is perspective. Reflection is healthy when it helps you grow. Blame only keeps you stuck. Have you thought about how much of this blame is rooted in wanting control over something that's already out of your hands?
Yeah, I guess blaming myself gives me some weird sense of control. Like, if I could pinpoint what went wrong, I can somehow fix it, even though I know that's impossible now.
Exactly. Blame gives the illusion of control, but it's a false one. You can't go back and change the past. What you can control is how you choose to move forward.
I just don't want to make the same mistakes again.
And that's a great mindset. The best way to avoid repeating past mistakes isn't by punishing yourself, but by learning from those experiences. Take what you can from the situation, but let go of the blame. It's like carrying a heavy backpack full of rocks. You won't get very far if you don't lighten the load.
So, how do I let go of the blame? Every time I think I'm making progress, it creeps back in.
Start by forgiving yourself. Forgiveness isn't about excusing mistakes. It's about accepting that you did the best you could at the time with the knowledge and emotional resources you had. Let's be honest. Would you hold anyone else to a perfect standard of behavior in a situation like this?
No, I wouldn't. I guess I'm just being harder on myself than I would on anyone else.
Exactly. And forgiveness is a process. It won't happen overnight, but each time you catch yourself blaming, gently remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be human. It's okay to learn and move on.
But what about the blame I feel toward them? I'm still angry at some of the things they did, and sometimes I just want to hold on to that.
That's another heavy stone in your backpack. Holding on to blame toward your ex keeps you tied to the past, giving them power over your emotions. By forgiving them, not for their sake, but for yours, you free yourself. It doesn't mean excusing their behavior. It means releasing the hold that anger and resentment have on you.
That sounds really hard. I don't know if I'm ready to forgive them yet.
And that's okay. Forgiveness doesn't have to happen all at once. It's a process, just like self-forgiveness. Start by acknowledging that holding on to that blame is only hurting you. Then take small steps. Maybe start with accepting that both of you were imperfect, as we all are.
Yeah, I guess I can start there. It's just been so hard to let go of everything.
Letting go is one of the hardest things, but it's also one of the most liberating. Each time you choose to release a bit of that blame, whether toward yourself or your ex, you're lightening your emotional load, and with that, you'll start to move forward with more peace. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Good luck!